Hello everyone, welcome to our class today. I hope you are doing great as usual. As I promised you yesterday, today we will have discussed about the computer expansion cards. This lesson is important, interesting, and I'm sure you will enjoy from studying this lesson. Let's to start our lesson from computer expansion cards. Okay. In the early days of the PC, very little support was included in the motherboard for peripheral devices. The controllers and adapters used to drive and interface any peripheral devices such as the monitor, hard disk, floppy disk, and so on had to be added to the motherboard circuitry through the expansion cards, which are also known as expansion boards, adapter, add new card, and data board. It's important to say that in the exam there will be a question. Please give information about the data port. The expansion card or computer expansion cards, also known as a data board. Okay. These days, much of the support for peripheral is built into the motherboard, but on older PCs, adding a new peripheral devices usually means adding an expansion card. Expansion cards are also, added to the very latest PCs, often to upgrade the quality or speed of the PCs, graphics and sound, or to connect it to the nearby computers or printer or the outside world. Figure shows some typically expansion cards as you are seeing in your telephone screen or your computer screen. Expansion cards can be used to improve the video performance, add or improve the sound system, add additional or new ports or connectors, provide a network connection, and many other functions. They can add a completely new functions or capability or argument or replace an existing one. It may sound obvious, but expansion cards are inserted into the expansion slots. These slots are located onto the PC's motherboard and are receptacle the private or provide instructions for the card into the system bus structure. An expansion slot contains metallic, typically copper, spring finger that clamps onto the expansion cards edge connectors when the card is inserted into the slot. The edge of an expansion card has metal connectors attached that will match up to the finger of the slots and complete the connections that connect the card to the motherboard and its bus structure through the slots. Okay, students, let's go ahead. What's the next? Okay, the next is using the expansion card. It's important and interesting. Expansion cards were used to add basic functions to older PCs, including memory, hard disk, and floppy disk controllers, video controllers, serial and the parallel ports, modems, and even the clock and the calculator functions. Today's PCs add only a few of these functions through the expansion cards, since most of these capabilities are built into the motherboard or the chipset, as we studied chipsets in the above page. Typically, expansion cards are now used to improve or add to the capability of a PC, such as controllers and adapter for special purpose hardware and network interfaces. Through expansion cards, a PC can become a sound system, a graphic workstation, a movie theater, or a member of a global network. The challenge of working with expansion cards beyond choosing the right one are installation, configuration, and operation, with the emphasis on the first two. A personal computer is configured and balanced to a pretty exact set of parameters when it is manufactured. The established hardware standards are for the most part generally accepted and supported, but standards are open in the interpretation and not all devices work the same in the different manufacturers' PCs. Adding new functions to the PC may create conflict among the assignable resource and introduce problems in the areas that were perfectly fine before the new devices was added. Expansion cards existed in a world of system resource that is made up of request deep switches, jumper blocks, and system resource. Understanding how the CPU interacts with an expansion card and the roles of the system resource and their assignments is the key to success with expansion cards and PCs. Okay, students, let's go ahead. Okay, card connections. Cards can be connected to a computer in two ways. The first one is using PCI slots on a motherboard. Okay, this is a typical interface used mostly if the onboard card fails to work. It's possible to plug a new card on the PCI slot and continue your work. This is one of the advantages of having PCI slot on a motherboard. Okay, the next one is built-in one, a motherboard. Current computer already has all the main cards integrated with the mainboard. And also we said current computer already has all the main cards integrated with the mainboard. No need to buy additional cards unless for better performance, especially if you are in video gaming and graphical application. Several kinds of cards can be fitted on a computer. Modern computer incorporates at least graphics, sound and network cards on its main board. Means they are built with the motherboard. Internal modem and TV cards are the other types of cards which can be hacked on the PCI slot. Okay, students, let's go ahead. But in this section, we will speak and we will have a discuss about the type of expansion cards. Okay, the first one, sound card. Do you have any experience from sound problem in your computer? If yes, please send in the group or my address what is your experience from sound problem in your computer. Okay, students, sound card, as you are seeing in the figure, also known as an edu card. This type of expansion card deals with everything to do with sounds and audio signals within the computer that are under the control of programs on the computer. This can include allowing applications on the computer to play music, programs which edit videos or audios, presentation software, games equipment, and any other type of program which plays audio. The ability to play sound is often integrated into the motherboard of the computer. However, this is not necessarily the best way to achieve high quality sound. Sound expansion cards convert digital sound data into the analog format, which is then relayed to an external devices capable of playing sound, such as headphones or a speaker. Sound cards also need to be capable of processing multiple sounds at the same time, splitting them up into the audio channels. This allows different sound configurations to be produced such as surround sound and stereo sound. Modern sound cards providing advanced sound mixing such as this are sometimes referred to as hardware edge accelerators and can provide features such as positional, audio, and 3D sounds. And you are seeing the figure, the sound card. But let's go ahead, students. Okay, video card. It's also important. It's also important video card. If the video card don't be in the computer, you will not able to play any game and watch movie. Okay. A video card, as you are seeing in the figure, is more often called a graphic card or display card and is responsible for generating images to a visual display such as a computer monitor or laptop screen. Although all motherboards have some degree of the integrated graphics, a dedicated video card allows for higher quality graphics and better speed. Video cards can offer such as functions as the rendering of high quality 3D and 2D graphics, the ability to connect to a TV, and the ability to display graphics across multiple display screens. A dedicated video card comes with its own RAM and cooling system, decreasing the reliance on the motherboard and allowing more processing power to be sectioned off solely for the display and the processing of the graphics. This can also help the computer as a whole to run faster and more efficiently, at least system RAM power is being taken up by higher demand graphics programs. Okay, students, next, network card. If the network card don't be in your computer, but you wouldn't work any Facebook or any internet in your computer. Okay, it's also important. Okay, network cards, as you're seeing in the figure, often called a network interface card or LAN adapter. A network card is an expansion card which allows a computer to connect to a computer network such as a local area network or wide area network. This type of expansion cards was most popular in the early models of computer. In more modern machines, almost all computers have a network interface built directly into the motherboard. This is because it's cheaper and more convenient to use the Ethernet standard connection, which is easy to install as a chip straight from the motherboard and does not necessarily require a separate expansion card anymore. For this reason, separate network cards are all but obviously in the newer computers other than in the expansion circumstances where a different type of network connection is required. Okay, students, let's go ahead first the next. Okay, this was our lesson today. Please pay attention to your homework. The first question of your homework is, what is your idea about computer card? What did you learn about the computer card? Please say your idea. What's your idea? Okay. And the next question is how we can improve our computer graphic. Okay. Maybe you say we can change the video card or graphic card. Okay, it was the answer. The next question is if your computer sound doesn't work, but there is not any problem in the software, but what's the problem? Okay, please solve your homework and the next lesson we will have a discuss about the other about the type of computer expansion cards, because today we don't have any enough time for explaining. Okay, have a good time. Good luck.